Hey guys, I'm just showing you my version of the chicken and dumplings. I got this recipe from the Hillbilly Kitchen on YouTube. That lady has got some awesome, amazing recipes. I would go and check it out if I was you, if you want some good country home cooking. This recipe is the closest thing that I can get to my grandmother's chicken and dumpling recipes. Nobody could make chicken and dumpling like her. Now I want to tell you this story. Nobody could make chicken and dumplings like my granny. And every year on my birthday, she'd call me up and say, "Son, I've got you a pot of chicken and dumplings." Before she could hang the phone up, I was pulling in her driveway. That's how good her chicken and dumplings were. So, about 2 months before she passed away, I said, I should go buy all the stuff for chicken and dumplings, and I'll get her to show me how to make them. And I felt really bad. I said, she's going to think that I think she's going to pass away and she's not going to leave me the recipe. So I didn't do it. I didn't want to be disrespectful. And about 2 months later, she did pass away, and she did not have a recipe written down. She did everything out of her head. So this lady on YouTube, the Hillbilly Kitchen, she had a recipe. I thought I would try it, and it is the closest thing that I can get to my granny's recipe. So I'd like to thank the Hillbilly Kitchen for that. So when I eat this, it reminds me of when I was a kid eating chicken and dumplings at my granny's house. So I'm not in any way trying to compete with the Hillbilly Kitchen. I just want to let you know that this is one heck of a recipe. So. Half a stick of butter. Clogging my arteries. Wash some of this here salmonella off here. Calls for a tablespoon of honey. And a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then you add 3 chicken thighs to the top. Alright, what this says to do is cook it until there's a brown sear on the chicken tenders. And then you add 3 cups of water. What you do is bring this to a good simmer, and then you let it set for about 20 minutes once you bring it to a simmer. Then you take your dry ingredients, which it calls for 1½ cup of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 3/4 cup of milk. I double that, because I like me some dumplings with my chicken. So I put 3 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then 1.5 cups of milk, and then I'll make my dough. All right, we about to make the dough. Okay, we let it simmer for 20 minutes. I took the chicken out, and while I've got the chicken out, I'm going to take and dip the dough down into the broth, and we will let it, we'll cover it for 12 minutes and let it simmer for 12 minutes, and then in the meantime we'll pull the rest of the chicken apart. Pull it off the bones and pull apart the tenders. So let's cut this up just a little bit more. Alright, as you can see, I've got the dumplings in there. I just dropped them in there. And we will let them simmer for about 12 minutes, and in the meantime I'll pull the chicken off the bone. Alright, we have let it simmer for 12 minutes. Now we're going to add the chicken. That's a lot of chicken. mix it all in. Now I do have to say, I probably added too much dough. So next time I will use just a little bit more than half, or maybe go back to the original half recipe. And it is one big mess. Doesn't look all nice and pretty like my granny's, but you know what? It tastes like my granny's. If she's still alive, she might slap me for saying that. Oh my God. That was good. It's a little bland. I'll just have to add a little more salt and pepper to an individual bowl. Now it looks like a big smeared mess. But this is really good. Next time I'm gonna cut back on the dough. Just a little bit. But it's really good. And this is my take on chicken and dumplings. You can roll your dough out, cut it out in little dumplings, you know, but I ain't got time for all that. I got time to eat. Thanks for watching. Dumplings.